Hello and welcome. It's The Chat, and I am Manny. My guest on the program today could have been anything he wanted to become while he was growing up. Because he was good in the arts, could have been a lawyer. He was also good in the sciences, could have been a medical doctor. And one other talent he had going for him at that time was sports. He was a very good sportsman. But guess where he ended up? In the police force.
Aliyu Atta Ibrahim was born in Okene, a town in Kogi State, on the 12th of May 1937 into the family of Alhaji Ibrahim Ichegudo Otaru Atta. He was a Nigerian policeman and former Inspector General of Police. Aliyu Atta attended the Native Authority Primary School, Okene, Kogi State, and Katsina Middle School, Katsina. He also attended Barewa College, Zaria, Kaduna State between 1955 and 1959. Aliyu Atta got enlisted into the police force as a cadet inspector in 1960. 3 decades later, in 1990, he was appointed by the then head of state Ibrahim Babangida to succeed Muhammadu Gambo Jimeta as the Inspector General of the Nigeria Police Force and was succeeded by Ibrahim Kumasi in 1993. Aliyu Atta is the founder of the current police academy in Wudil, Kano, which has now changed into the Police University. He also developed the police insurance scheme. During his tenure as the inspector, he founded in 1993 the Nigerian Police Bank, which is now called the NPF Microfinance Bank PLC. In 1998, Aliyu authored and launched a book titled Service of Camp Salem House: My Years as Inspector General of Police. After retirement from active service, Aliyu ventured into business. Aliyu Atta is married to Hajia Saida Atta and is blessed with children.
Alhaji Aliyu Atta, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
It's good to see you again after so many years back.
After very many years.
Going through your biodata, I realized that you're from the royal family. Why did you join the police force?
I would say it's just by a sort of accident. And I never knew I was going to join the police force. At the time I joined, the British officers haven't known that they will send handover to the government, to the country rulers, that is the Nigerian politicians. They felt they should bring in people with higher education into the police force. So that is why they set up what they call cadet scheme. And Umar Shinkafi, you must have heard about that name. He was my senior with 1 year at the secondary school. So he joined the police force. And when he heard that they were looking for officers or young men that are good in sports, so he told them that, I share the same compound with Aliyu, that's my name, and that I was good.
Was that the basis for recruitment in the police?
They want, if at least people with that, they get quicker this acceptance. And if you remember, in those days, Nigerian police led in all these sporting activities.
Yes.
You had that of Garua Dangarua, you had the name before. That was very good in this long distance running and so on.
Absolutely. The police force used to contribute
because
a lot,
we go there, they come to school. Victor Palm too, because was also very good in sporting activities in Kefi Secondary
What
School.
sports were you that good in?
I do mostly running, and then I play hockey.
So once you joined the police force, you did not look back, did you?
Towards the end of my 6 years in the secondary school, Sunday Adeusi, may his soul rest in peace, drove into the college. He came in to see his master. It was Mr. Kalpan, who was our lecturer in physics and chemistry and all. So he came there to see him. So while he was leaving, the teacher told us, "Oh, you see that young man going?" He said, "Oh, 3 years ago he was my student, just like you people. So you can see now he drives a Mercedes car. He's now an officer in police."
Was that your attraction?
Yeah, I said, "What?"
So that made you join the police force. That's
the click.
Really?
So that's the click. So when I said, "Oh, that's good."
But can I ask, wasn't it strange? Wasn't it strange that he could have acquired a Mercedes-Benz after 3 years in the police force?
Well,
that was not paying good salaries?
The salary was very good.
Really?
Very good, yes.
So when you say the salary was good,
the salary was
what was
good,
it then?
£50 every month. Then they gave me my arrears because I was in England when the promotion was backdated to the time I was in England. So when I came, they paid me my arrears.
But the police these days don't feel well looked after in terms of salary. What's your opinion about that?
We look after ourselves now, but it depends also if the man on top knows exactly what to do to impress.
So do you think that the police, as it is right now, is well paid?
Not well paid at all.
Well, so what happened? Where did it change? Where did it all go wrong?
I think, you see, we've left so many things behind as we are coming up. We were just talking about sports just now. We've left it completely. Nobody thinks about that.
In terms of training, as you rose in the ranks in the police, you became head of training at the police college?
Police college, yes. That is the highest college. That is a staff college, just where we train cadet ASPs, graduates come in. We train them, turn them out as police officers, ASPs. Yes, I started as a deputy commandant and I later became the commandant of the college.
Did you think that the police was getting sufficient training at the time?
That time, yes. When you come in, you stay for 1 year in the college. And during that, you go through so many things. And it was spread over so that you have the lower class training that is for about 5 months. Then we take you out to outside practical exercises. The training you give the policeman is what you expect him to be outside. And if you train them to be clean, to be smart, to be everything that you want him to be, then he is going to be that. But when you are there, the trainers are not even well trained. So how can they train those people?
They appear to be well trained, asking for money.
I don't think that is part of the training. Before I left, I organized through the British government that they gave us trainers from Britain, about 4 of them, I think. I can't remember what number now. So we put them in police staff colleges, gave them accommodation and so on. And as I said, we should ask the commissioners of police to interview policemen that are interested in training other policemen and bring them. It was going on for a while. When I left, a year later when I came back to the same college, where are these people? They said they've gone. Why? I don't know. Nobody could give me an answer.
In all your career in the police force, I mean, the police are reputed to be, bribe takers. Mm-hmm. Have you ever taken bribe?
I promised my dad before he agreed for me to. He said, "I promise me you're not going to do that."
And you have never been bribed?
Like how? Somebody tried to give me something in the
Okay, there
office.
was an attempt.
I send it to them. I don't want to, because a senior somebody say, oh, somebody is coming to see you. And I said, okay, he came. Later on, he brought a brown wrap, something, said, take. So he was turning around. I got up, went to carry the thing. As he was turning to face me and sit down, saw me by his side. I said, what is it? I said, take your. I said, I don't need it. The man is still around. I don't want to mention his name. It's a very rich somebody to do, but so I said, no, I don't want it. He said, I want us to be friends. I said, yeah, we are friends now. Since my senior asked you to see me, you are now friends. But I will not take it.
It has to do with the attitude of the police. I mean, since your days, there have been police convoys who drive very recklessly on the roads. I mean, is this part of the training? I mean, they end up either crashing cars.
No, I don't get you.
I mean,
no, not my own time.
You've always had convoys. You have always had policemen on convoys who drive ahead and behind or by the side.
No, they're not supposed to drive recklessly. You have motorcyclists and so on, and then you have a pilot in front. They are not supposed to be reckless at all.
But I'm sure you would have observed once or twice this reckless driving by the police while you're on the road. What do you think?
No, if I do, I deal with that person. Or if they bring such thing to my knowledge, I deal with him. And my own time too, you don't misbehave, you don't do anything without me. Within 2 days, I'll get you.
Do you think that the security forces at the moment are fighting the insecurity in the country the way they should?
The military, they're trying, but what I believe in those days you have local government police. You have them in all the villages, hamlets, all over. And these people have a way of reaching their aimers, district heads. Tell them, we saw this, we saw that. This is no longer there.
Do you think it's a good idea the way they assign, policemen to politicians these days?
You can't see policemen in Britain, in America, and so on, going after politicians, carrying this thing and something like that. They don't do that. So I don't know why we should be doing it here. Let them sit down and do their job.
In your days, the extra force, was it the mobile police? Mm-hmm. Was it called the MOPOL?
Mobile police force.
Yeah, but these days we have what you call the SARS. Now this is a group that appears to be more criminal than the crime they're fighting.
You create SARS because you have given the mobile policemen to the politicians as oddlies.
What do you think they should do to them?
No, they disband them. They should disband SARS. You have a mobile police force. You retrain the mobile police force and make it larger, and then have them in all the provinces or whatever you call it, or local government areas. You have them there, and then they do only physical confrontation with criminals, not question of going after a politician or this. It's not that. I'm not saying that I don't respect politicians. I do, but let them have BGs.
You were known in the police force, as somebody who does not lie. Yes, you don't tell lies.
Why should I lie?
But it's interesting. How can somebody live without telling lies? I mean, you've never told lies in your life?
If I say something, it's what I believe in that I say. But for me to tell lies against somebody no.
When you were leaving the police force, you left unceremoniously, so to speak, didn't you?
The government was leaving, and I had to leave.
Can you explain that?
No, the government was leaving. I was the IG, the government was leaving, changing hands. So I had to leave. Civilian, we had to bring in civilian. And some of us that are very fairly senior had to step aside.
Pick a question. Alhaji Aliyu Atta, what inspired you to initiate the Nigerian Police Microfinance Bank?
I wrote a report on cooperatives from what I gather from my friend, a colleague, Interpol, when we met in Vienna. And I felt it's good if we have something like that. So I showed it to our boss, that is Mr. Adeusi was the boss. Adeusi felt it would be very good. And I referred it to Alhaji Kamselem, who thought it is good. And that was why he sent Adeusi and the chief accountant of the police to Malaysia to study that portion. When they came back, Kamselem found it to be very good to police, and that was why he came up with police community cooperative shops, which has billions and billions of naira now in reserve.
What do you find most displeasing about the police force?
Salary, first of all, and welfare generally. Yeah. So, apart from what we do for ourselves, the government must also find a way of taking care of the policemen. My wife tried to bring in mobile clinic so that put a doctor, there is an ambulance, a doctor, nurse, and so on. They go to the barracks. They treat women, the wives of policemen, and their children. They treat them in the barracks, which is because some of them they don't even go to the hospital. They don't know even where some hospitals are. So people like that and so on, they need help. So they were moving about. So that thing is gone with her. She's no longer there. The thing is not functioning. We should have been encouraged so that the barracks, police barracks, will move to the barracks and then treat them.
You were one of those who discovered Chioma Ajunwa.
Chioma, yes.
You actually said it was one of the reasons why you recruited her into the police force.
I recruited her because my officer, Mr. Salome, may soon rest in peace, saw her when he was in. I sent him to Owerri, and there in Owerri he saw this good girl who shows interest in the police. So he told me, I said, all right, you should be recruited. We recruit her. She has a secondary something. So I gave her the rank of inspector, I think.
She hasn't come back to say thank you for the gold medal, has she?
Well, I think.
No, but thinking about this, are you disappointed that the police is not producing more athletes like Chioma?
I am highly disappointed.
But what can be done?
I don't know. We in those days, I just say that I was lucky in the police force. I went after the training and so on. I served in Police College Kaduna as a trainer. That is where I trained Mrs. Waziri. I trained her because Sadona wanted police women from the north to be trained. So I was the one that trained the women, the first set of women police from the north. I trained them. She was very good then. And I also went to Ikeja. I was sent to Ikeja as an admin officer. I was there for another 2 years as admin officer at Police College Ikeja. In the end, I became deputy commandant, then commandant of the highest college, that is Police Staff College, Jos. So you can see that I spent almost half of my life in training institution and so on. So I think we are not doing very well in the field, the area of training. Police are not being recruited very well. We are not training them well. You can't tell me that you should recruit 5,000 policemen at once. You can't. It's better you split them.
But the number is not increasing, is it?
Yes, but what you do is that you say, okay, every month you get certain, just enough for you to train, to recruit and train. But this one, you just
For
gather
a population of 170 million, you have just literally over 100,000 policemen.
Yeah, and then when you say you are recruiting, I'm sure if you ask anybody, now either my PA will tell you now that if right now they are not recruiting. Well, people came to me, they want to be recruited into this, they are not recruiting. Yeah, right now. So what it is question of every month. You recruit policemen every month. This training, and then the next month they move to next stage, and so on till they leave. That is how they train policemen. Not that you for 3 months, 6 months, no training, no recruitment, no nothing.
You worked.
Then you just come, you say you want large number. Let it be every month. Every month you are recruiting, you are training.
You worked under General Ibrahim Babangida.
Yes,
he was your boss. How would you describe him?
Oh, he's a thorough soldier. That is what I say. He hears and he sees many things. Yeah, so you try and make sure that he doesn't ask you questions all the time. Oh, I think it's good because you learn a lot from him.
Was he your friend?
He was my boss.
What was a friend?
Was my boss. You know what it is, my boss. I was IG, he was the head of state. Do this, I do it. And if I see something that I want him to know, I either write it.
No, but did you ever disagree with him on any matter?
I don't understand you.
Did you at any point disagree with him?
Like how? You just give me an example.
Like giving you an instruction and you disagree with him over the instruction?
No. We discuss mostly. Mostly we discuss, like himself, Ihomo, and Sani Abacha, myself. Something to do. They will sit down and discuss. Because if it is general, that is where you have soldiers, police, and Air Force. That is, but in a sort of small part of instruction, important, or so on, he calls you. These officers, anyone, either the two of them are there, or one plus himself. Then we'll sit down and discuss.
That's the clever answer of a clever policeman. So you're going to be sent on an island for 2 weeks, to be cast away. And we want you to choose 5 things that are very important to you that you'd like to take along with you.
I need I need something to go inside my stomach.
That's food.
Water that I get, water bottle that I'll take there, and a little meal I take. My age now, I think I need my drugs, to carry my drugs along with me. I don't think I will like to eat too much. Just small thing that I can tell other ones a day, put it in the stomach to help the stomach develop. The protection of myself, I think, I don't want to be carrying guns and so on. I want something that I can quickly defend myself if there's any need for it, like either a jackknife or something like that, because you can use it to peel yam, do something, and cut some small trees and then make fire. And
would you say you have had an interesting career? Or would you have liked to do something else, looking back now?
No, the way I came into the force, I don't think I will have chosen anything else.
I have no doubt in my mind that you've been an honest man so far. Alhaji Aliyu Atta, it's been nice talking to you. I've enjoyed.
Thank you very much.
This conversation.
Thank you. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to let out what is inside hidden here, and then you ask me and I tell you.
Thank you very much. That's how it's been on The Chats this week. My guest has been former Inspector General of Police, Alhaji Aliyu Atta. I am Manny. See you next time. The Chat is produced by Channels Television. You can watch it again online. Just visit our social media platforms: Twitter, YouTube, Facebook.